Lee.
Welcome, RoundTable
Figure this shit
family,
out.
to another exciting episode of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. I'm your host, Rowdy, joined as always by my co-host, Little Bro Coop, and Big Boy. How are we doing, boys?
Good, man. How you doing?
I like the Brady Bunch.
Feeling the Brady
background.
Bunch tonight, boys.
I like it.
Feel. Right now, I feel like a lot of things are going on. Like I got 6 kids, so got to figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully this pod blows up for those 6 kids' lives. But
yeah, well, I wish it was the 40s back then. I might be able to afford all this shit.
Exactly. Well, man, it was a great live show Tuesday night. If y'all tuned in, we appreciate it. If not, go tune back in. It was a good one. But we got a packed episode, man. We got some stuff cooking up whenever it comes into a little NFL draft talk. We're going to start having a segment every week. Starting next week, Kobe is going to be rejoining us again to talk about some of his mock drafts. Coop's going to be starting his NFL segment next week that we've mentioned. So NFL is really going to get going next week. We'll hit on it a little bit today, but we're going to talk about a lot of other things too. You know, college football playoff already got approved, and they're already talking about freaking 14 teams in 2026 now. You're going to get our thoughts on that. NCAA football released is official for when it's coming this summer. Not the official date, but pretty much everything besides the official date at this point.
They release a lot of news.
Let's say a lot of stuff's coming out on that. They're trying.
I don't know if you're, I know you're a little bit older, but
I was playing in the golden age, boys.
On the PS2s and stuff like that.
Yeah, on the PS2s, I was brutal. I was legit.
That's pretty cool. It's all, FBS teams, all, however many 80-something players on each team. They're all getting a contract and
$600 and a free game.
$600 in the game. And
that's a lot of games to have to give out. I mean, I think there's 80 kids on a team.
11,000. If they all opt in, it's 11,000.
Which, I mean, you'd be crazy not to opt in. I mean,
yeah,
you've seen some of these dudes like posting that they're already opting in. And then sometimes NCAA has been sending them like graphics to post. Like Quinn posted his.
Yeah.
His graphic?
Yeah, his graphics saying like.
Does he have the mullet?
I'm all in. No, they didn't show what his player looked like. He just
I thought you meant like
how he signed his contract, pretty much. But they did announce too that they're doing certain commercials for dudes if they obviously higher level dudes, but they can get paid by doing commercials for the game as well. So that's cool. The announcers announced, of course, you got Herb Street and all the boys in there. I wish Pat was in there, man.
He might be a little side thing.
So far they haven't announced it, but
who do you think is going to be on the front on the cover?
Oh, it's a good question. It depends.
Saban.
That's a good one, but I don't know.
They're just going to go back with the Heisman again.
He is college football. If you think,
and it's coming back, like just have him on the front. Like here we go.
That's a good one. That's a good poll we could make on Twitter. Maybe we'll blow up.
I think you got to be Saban.
But like if they have like legendary teams, like how they said that they're gonna have, then it would, in my opinion, would be Joe Burrow, and like that would be the intro into the game is him running out of the tunnel.
About Vince Young scoring it. I mean,
well, but they had it back then though. They had a game back then. Yeah.
When did they stop making it?
2014 was the last one.
Oh shit! Yeah, never mind. Yeah. That shows you how long it's been since I've played that game.
RG3 was one of the last ones on the cover.
Yeah, who was the last? It was the Michigan.
What about Manziel? Was he ever on it?
Nope. Who was the Michigan guy? That was the last one. Michigan running back or wide receiver? I don't remember.
I don't know who it was.
Braylon Edwards? No, that was probably too far along.
Maybe Woodson.
I don't know.
That was a long time ago.
I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll talk about. I mean, we always talk about that. We're pumped for that. We're going to be having some online dynasties this summer. That's for sure.
I might have to buy a PS whatever.
Oh, you're going to have to. I mean, I'm going to have to buy the new console to play it too.
Yeah, I got my new one already.
Kobe was already texting me how we're all going to do an online dynasty where we start off as a small.
I will get smoked, dude. It will not even be funny. I will be getting skunked on that. That's not.
But no, it'll be fun. The game's gonna be cool. Obviously, the NIL and transfer portal is supposed to be in it as well. Yeah. No real head coaches in this one though. They're saying the following year. the head coaches will actually be in it, but not this year. So it's interesting, but kind of looking over at some other sporting events. I don't know if y'all saw what we're going to talk about some Charlie Woods action.
He didn't do so hot in his first
Trying to
one.
qualify. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then of course we got our games of the weekend. Got one big, massive basketball game when it comes to two ranked teams. We got another big baseball tournament going on in the hometown Round Rock this weekend at Dell Diamond with some good teams there. And then, of course, we got figuring out the 40. We're going to talk all things Texas sports and what's going on there with the baseball team. Basketball's got a big game this weekend as well. But joining us here in about 18 minutes or so is going to be our special guest for our coaches segment of the Roundtable Chats. Going to be a good one. And following him right after is going to be a Roundtable Chat with our baseball player over at Gardner-Webb. But it's going to be a great show. Make sure y'all follow all the socials on the side. Let's get packed house, man. We're ready to get going. Coop, I know you kind of mentioned the little Charlie Woods thing. For people who don't know, he was trying to qualify to play in his first PGA Tour event. You have to do qualifier to make top 25, I want to say, or top 20. And then after that, then you have to qualify again and make top 4 to make the actual PGA Tour event. And today was round 1, and he shot a good 16 over, right, Coop? Was 16
over 86, I think.
16 over on the day, 86. For him on a real PGA course, I mean,
how old is he? 15?
14, 15.
I don't even think he's that, man. Here's the thing.
I think it's too early, but it's
no. I think so too, and I have the same opinion about Bronny. He's a little bit older, but he's averaging like 8 points a game. Bronny is.
But to me, it's two totally different things. Because Bronny can't go and try out for a team, right? So to me, this is just Tiger putting him in there. Hey, let's get this first one out of the way, get these nerves out of the way. And if he's 14 years old or 15, I mean, who cares?
I think it's too early. My point being, I think they have to marinate in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what he's doing. He's just like, hey, there's all the pressure, all the bullshit of the first tournament. Get it over with when you're this young. Because, I mean, he can't live. There's no way. I mean, bro.
No,
he can't live up to that.
I think a lot of it is if he was to make it to the actual PGA Tour event, the PGA Tour event's like in his hometown, like it's hometown course. So I think that's part of it is like why they were trying.
Well, if he shot 16 over, he ain't making it.
Well, yeah, and the thing is too, like look at the scorecard, like it sounds terrible, but he had a 12 on a par 4.
He had a 12. Yeah.
Really?
That's really what killed him. He had a 12
on
par 4. And then after the 12 went in parred 5 holes in a row. So I mean, talk about a little bounce back.
Yeah.
But too little too late. I don't think he made any birdies, but besides that, he had like 4 or 5 bogeys besides that 12. So one hole made it look a lot worse.
Damn, 12. What'd he do? Go in the water twice, 3 times? What?
I didn't see any of it. I didn't see any of the highlights from that hole, but I mean, it's tough. I mean, I think that's probably his first like real legit. You got to think that course is in PGA conditions. So it's probably his first real one.
Well, and then like you said, I think
course on his own.
I do think it's a little early in my opinion, but if you do take away the 12 that he shot and you replace it with a par, he breaks 80 on a big tour event that he's 15 years old. So
was Tiger on the bag? They probably would have showed that.
Yeah,
we would have probably seen it.
They did show Charlie being the very first one to arrive this morning, and so everyone's giving him a shit. Maybe
grinded out.
Maybe arriving early doesn't do too well for you.
It's like that when John Daly's had one lately. He's been talking about where they were at a tournament and Tiger was like working out and then went and hit balls and did that, and he was like, I was still drunk, and I beat him. So
yeah, no, it's interesting. We'll see what he does tomorrow. Bounce back. I don't know how many rounds qualifying is. I'm sure it's
probably 2.
It's easy. It's for sure 2, if not 3.
Probably got to make a cut too.
I'm sure he won't be going on to the next one, but after today. But it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back tomorrow for sure. Looking over at the college landscape, 12-team playoff coming this coming year and the following year. And before this even starting, they're already talking about moving to a 14-team playoff in 2026, boys. Already, before we've even seen a 12-team playoff, they're already saying momentum's going towards a 14-team for 2026. Why not just do 14-team now?
Just do 16. Let's just start off back with 16. Let's go. Just get a 16 team in there. So what are they going to do? Have two more teams have buys, like the top 6 have buys?
I don't know.
I don't know how the math works on that. Yeah.
They didn't release anything like that because like the point of the buys was because you were a conference champion.
And it's still like you still try to fight to be a top 14, you know what I'm saying, for the 12 team. But I don't know how it would work for 14.
Or just another game. I don't know. You'd have to look at that actual like chart and see how it would work. But
yeah.
It's interesting.
But I'm excited for the 12-team playoff, but I want to see how it works first, and then we'll see, to move it up, but I want to see the 12
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be, if you love college football, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. You can't get enough of it, but I'm just saying, like, I wonder how far you can go without being like,
I've always thought 16 teams is where you'd want to be, man. I think that's what D1 AA does, and it's going to be perfect.
But here's the thing with that. Like, I feel like a 12 team. I mean, this is going to sound dumb, but a 12 ranked team has more of a shot of being a number 1 ranked team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's slim, but a 16 ranked team trying to bring number 1. Like how far do you really go?
Well, college football, man, it's any given Saturday in a lot of ways, man. I mean, if that team is battle tested and they got 3 losses, that doesn't mean they can't go beat a team that's undefeated. Yeah. I mean, you see it happen. So I don't know. I mean, I love college football, and I think 50 teams would be awesome. Okay, let's just.
I think the 12 team's perfect. I think they're doing the 14, so because so many powerhouses are going to the 2 main conferences, right? So they can squeak in another 1 team from each conference or 2 from another conference, whether it's SEC or the Big Ten. So I think that's the point of that. I hope they don't go more than 14, though. I just think at that point, like, you're getting too much where the regular season and towards the end of the season, like, doesn't really.
You got to win a bunch more games.
I mean, not only like it's going to drag out the seasons longer too, whatever, but you're just making it to where these last couple of weeks, like, dudes are going to start sitting out. It's going to get to that point where dudes don't play because they know they're not going to win their conference championship, but they also know they're already locked into a playoff berth at the same time. So they're not going to play these last couple of regular season games, and you've never seen that before.
I heard some people
play so many more.
I heard some people talking, and let's say if you make it and you're not a top 4 team, you'll end up playing 17 games.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's an NFL season.
That's NFL right there.
Yeah, that's an NFL season.
Like,
so
you're going to begin to the point where we're going to start seeing dudes sit out.
Probably so, unfortunately.
It's a good point.
Unless, it's professional football now.
Yeah.
Like, these kids are getting paid, and I watched that Johnny Manziel thing today on Shannon Sharp's podcast. It's pretty good, man. He partied. He went out and played and partied. Yeah, it was, but it was. They talked about the Reggie Bush deal. They talked about a lot of stuff. It was pretty good, and it is. I mean, and he was like, "How much you think you would have made?" He said, "I probably would have got $5 million in NIL, and then I would have made $5 million on my own." And I wondered things like that, how they talk about Caleb and what he made like 2.5 supposedly. But I mean, he had Dr. Pepper and Wendy's. Like, to me, that's 2.5 million right there. Like, how much are these people making to endorse huge products like that? And I just don't know if they even know really what these kids are making, unless they're doing their tax returns. How do you know?
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
And most of it is
exactly.
still under the table type of money, you know.
It's above board now, so it doesn't have to be. But that doesn't mean that I know how much they were making, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think it's just hard to get too far ahead with the 14 until you really see how the game changes with the 12 team, because it's going to change somehow. So,
Oh yeah.
it's part of it.
Yeah.
Part of it at the end of the day. But looking to our games of the weekend, the one big college basketball game on Saturday, of course, is going to be in the Big 12. It's where all the top teams are, it seems like. Number 2, Houston on the road versus number 11, Baylor. Another top game. Houston, man, they're just trying to survive to keep this top 4 ranking with all these ranked opponents. But we'll see. Baylor's been hit or miss the last couple of games. Coop, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, man. It's the Big 12, so on the road is hard, and we know that. Playing on the road in the Big 12 is one of the toughest things, I think. And this Houston defense is really physical, and they play really aggressive basketball. But Baylor is really good at home. They've only lost a few games at home, and they're averaging 82 points a game, so they're scoring a lot. So I'm gonna go Baylor on the upset at home, though, against Houston. I think they knock off number 2 Houston at home in Waco.
What do you think, big boy?
I think Houston. I think from what I've seen from Houston, they're strong, man.
Yeah.
Their kids, they don't fold. Like it's like they know they're gonna win. There's no bend in them, you know. And again, I've watched them play UT, and so take that for what it's worth. But I'll go Houston. Cougs.
Yeah, I think it's just too hard to bet against them or pick against them at the end of the day. Even though they're on the road at Baylor, Baylor's shown that they're not even the best. They're a good home team, you could say. They're just real hit or miss, man. So I think that's why they're still ranked 11, is because they do have the potential to go out there and definitely beat a team like Houston. But man, I think Houston's hot right now, and they're good. So I'm gonna stick with the Cougs as well on that one. But we mentioned it. Another big college baseball weekend, big tournament back at home, the Carbach Classic. Maybe Big Boy have to go pop out and watch his alma mater. His alma mater is playing there this weekend. Over at
Rangers playing up there.
Yeah, they're all about
The Rangers, baby.
Well, I guess it's not. He's old. He's not called that anymore. It's called Texas State.
It was
now.
Southwest Texas when I was there.
It's close enough. But they got over at the Dell Diamond. They've been doing it the last, I don't know how many years now, but it's been good every year. I think they're finally going to have some good weather.
Yeah, it was 90 degrees.
Yeah. Usually it's a tournament in the past couple of years has been cold and no one shows up. So hopefully some teams will show up. They got, of course, Texas State's the big Texas school this year. So hopefully they bring some fans with their talented group. They got Kansas. They got the Jayhawks going there as well. Washington State making the trip all the way down to Round Rock. And then Kentucky. So got a good SEC team in there as well. So should be a definitely interesting weekend over at the Dell Diamond. If you're in Round Rock, go tune into that. Go watch our boy Cam Bush. We had him on.
Let's say, is our boy Cam going to pitch?
I'm sure he'll pitch in one.
Is he a reliever or is he a starter?
Yeah, he comes out the pen.
Good, man. Hope he strikes some guys out.
Yeah. Yep. So that was going to be a good one. We'll see. There were some other upsets, these Tuesday night games, Wednesday night games in college baseball. It's insane. These top teams just drop games like crazy, man.
There's upsets, everyone, at that level.
They happen. Should they happen? No, but you got to think too, like almost every midweek game is going to be high scoring, because unless you're a team like trying to go beat one of these top teams because you're a mid-major, like you're throwing you're one of your best dudes, but all these other teams, they're throwing their dude who would never see the mound on a weekend series.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, shot.
So that's where it kind of gets interesting with that. But baseball is such a big RPI sport, and these like wins and losses versus these teams can come back to haunt some of these big ranked teams at the end of it. I know last year it haunted A&M a lot. But then it can help out some of these small teams too, like DBU is taking advantage of it, Texas State, all these other small teams to kind of make a run.
What happened in the Oklahoma game? Did they end up?
DBU ended up winning, I think.
Did they?
8-6. Yeah.
Nice.
OU opens up home this weekend versus Wright State. No idea where that is. Texas has Cal Poly this weekend at home. Big series out there. Hopefully they can get them a sweep since they didn't get one last weekend. That'll be big. But looking over at the other, figuring out the 40, we got 4 minutes till our special guest joins us. But Texas basketball, men's big game Saturday. I think it's Saturday afternoon, I want to say, versus at Allen Fieldhouse, number 9 Kansas. A big, big game for Texas to make a statement. If they could get a dub, could argue it gives them maybe the lock in to make a tourney against the top 10 ranked team in Kansas. Man, it's going to be an interesting one.
I don't think they get it done. I really don't.
We'll see what Texas team shows up.
And we'll see what Texas team shows up, and that's the thing we've been saying this whole time. It could be really bad, or they could pull it out. But I know, in Lubbock, they got Texas Tech on Tuesday, and that's the one I have circled because that's all that's talked about down here. And some news for people that don't know, Texas Tech students, you have to go to all the basketball.
That's Tuesday. That's Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go to all the home basketball games to get into that game. That's how crazy it is. So
you're not going?
No, I can't. I can't.
Let me hit up some connections for you.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Don't worry, we'll pull some strings.
Yeah,
with little brother.
Yeah.
Well,
no, but against
bro
Kansas,
always has to help the little bro out. Come on.
I think I mean UT. Speaking of Kansas, I just think this week we'll see, man. If Hunter can do it,
Abe's man just needs to.
Yeah, he's been kind of hit and miss.
This needs to be the time. Like obviously it happens, like to go hit and miss, but like this needs to be the time where he turns it around. Like he needs to go put out 25, 30, be hot, finish the regular season strong. Final. 4 games now? 5 games they got left, and be hot with these games going into the Big 12 tournament, make a little run in the Big 12 tournament, be ready to go for March Madness, man. And it's perfect time to go do it too. Like get hot against this and go pull off an upset against a big KU team. I mean, that'd be massive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we said, it really just comes down to who shows up.
I'm gonna go off on the edge. I'm gonna be on the Tuesdays on the edge, and I'm gonna go with the Horns, man.
I'll go on the limb with you.
All right.
I'm not putting any.
So. I'll be cheering for him, but
I hope so, man.
We'll see. We'll see what Texas team shows up and if they all start working together. Because there's always one that goes off, but that's it.
And Dessou is your most constant player, man. I mean, he every game he's been stepping it up, and he's been the reason they were in it. And some of those guards have to step up. One of the 4 have to really step up, even besides Asmus, I think, too. I mean, your other 3 guys, somebody needs to step up.
Hopefully Horton's trying to figure it out. He finally
he did last game. He hit some shots.
And when he hits a 3, I mean, it is nothing but every time.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. But joining us here, next couple of seconds is going to be our coach for our coaches segment. Let's get him in here now. Should be joining us.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Going well. How you guys doing?
Good.
There we go. Well, joining us now is the current head baseball coach over at Houston-Tilson down in Austin, Chase Almendarez, in his 2nd year at the helm over there, turning things around like always, man. But how's it been going so far?
Man, it's been great. We're off to one of our best starts in over 2 decades. We're currently sitting at 6-4. Just had a big win this past Tuesday against a ranked opponent. We played Texas Wesleyan, but man, things are starting to finally shape up. It's just been a process to get to where we're at, but I'm absolutely loving it, man, and just fired up for this team and see what we can do throughout this season.
For sure, man. Well, we appreciate you joining us. It's busy times, baseball schedule, man. I feel you're almost playing every other day, it feels like, but we'll get it going. Kind of, obviously you've been around the game of baseball your whole life, right? Never really too much in the head coaching role, obviously doing it in the summer leagues and stuff like that, but kind of what inspired you to really kind of make that jump over to being a full-time head baseball coach, and kind of what went into that?
Yeah, man. So actually, my senior year of college, I was finishing up at the University of Houston, Victoria, and debating what I wanted to do post-graduation. And at that point, I was going to stay on board at UHV and be a graduate assistant. And then the opportunity opened up at the Round Rock Express to run their summer camps, to oversee all of their amateur baseball, and then as well as being the travel liaison for the professional team. But 2020 happened, man. COVID shut everything down, shut the minor league system down, but had the opportunity to fill the role of being the head coach of the Round Rock Harrymen. It was an expansion team in the Texas Collegiate League. But man, that opportunity there really just lit the fire under me, and they've been running ever since. Just been craving that, to be a head coach and just to get back into the grind of things, and to be especially at the college level, man. It's fun. I like this level a lot. And with my story as well, my sophomore year, obviously I lost my mom with brain cancer. And at the end of the day, the only people I had to rely on at that time were my teammates and coaches. I was around them on a daily basis. And so for me, that really inspired me as well to fill a head coaching role, just coaching in general, just to give back what those coaches gave me through such a difficult time. And yeah, man, that's the name of the game right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. But reflecting on your journey as a head coach, what are some of the most significant lessons you've learned along the way?
Man, so being a head coach, especially with the Harrymen being my first collegiate head coaching job, that team had multiple draft picks in it, some top Division I players. And so I was a little spoiled that first go around. Coaching, to me was like, oh man, I can just write the lineup and these guys can take care of the rest. And getting into an actual college and coaching at this level, man, just understanding everything's a process. It's going to take time to build. It's going to take time to get the student athletes recruited, the right guys that I want. But yeah, man, it's just been patience for me and learning. And now it's finally seeing everything come to fruition, and that hard work truly does pay off.
Yeah.
Thanks. As a head coach, what do you look at and what do you consider the most important qualities that you look for when you're doing recruiting and looking for a player?
Yeah, man. So with recruiting guys, I want to find guys that fit best with the university, fit best with our program. Grades has to be a big thing for me. I don't want to worry about issues in the classroom. At this level, NAI is a little different with recruiting, but we still have some of the similarities that Division I teams are facing with the transfer portal now. So obviously recruiting is taking place at a later setting now for me, just with guys transferring in and out, and just seeing who's available at the end of each season. But yeah, from a recruiting standpoint, just finding the best fit for guys. They can buy into our system, and we can develop them and see them succeed. That's what we're going for.
For sure, man. Gotta building a squad down there right now too. So that's what you like to do. Well, speaking of the squad this year, obviously you mentioned starting off 6-4, best start in school history. What do you kind of consider the strengths of your team this year, and kind of what's been going for y'all to kind of get off to that 6-4 start?
Yeah, from an offensive standpoint, we had a lot of returners from last season come back. These guys are swinging it. One of our players was looking at the stats earlier today, and he's third in the country right now with batting average. Robbie Brew, he's hitting over 500. So it's definitely special to see that. But the way these guys prepare, man, is definitely special. They get after it each and every day. We have limited resources, limited facilities, limited budget, but that just inspires us at the end of the day to get better. In terms of pitching, though, we got a whole new pitching staff that we brought in this past recruiting class, and those guys have done an excellent job. Our pitching coach, kudos to him. He's done his job in getting these guys dialed in. But now, from a pitching standpoint, we truly have our starters, relief guys, and the guys that can close out the game. And so that's definitely been a huge impact for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. 6-4 started off. That's good. But looking ahead with the conference games, what are your aspirations and goals for your team this upcoming season, and what steps do you believe are necessary to achieve those?
Yeah, so for us, man, the biggest goal is the baseball program at HT has not made the postseason, has not made the conference tournament since 2009. And so that's our goal at the end of the day is to get in that tournament. And man, once we get in there, anything can happen. You guys know how the postseason works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fired up for that. The guys are too, and they're hungry for it. And so we're just building on a daily basis, just sticking to our routine that we implemented this past fall, and our daily drills that we really take care of and hone in on a daily basis, man, is our biggest goal. Just staying disciplined.
Yeah. So I hear that you have your younger brother is on the team. How is that coaching him? And is there some like brotherly rivalries there that you got to be like, hey, I'm the coach now. You can't do that,
Exactly, man. No, it's definitely been an awesome experience. Definitely special. And with him in high school, I had the chance to coach a summer league teams, and then with the Harrymen, he was also part of that squad. So we have that experience there, man. But to have him around on a daily basis is big time. He played at the University of Houston, has Division I experience, and so he's almost like a player coach in this situation. He's pitching right now for us, but he's still working with some of our infielders, talking hitting philosophies and things like that. But man, it's definitely special to have him here on a daily basis and to see what we're going through grind wise and just getting after it. But he's loving it, man. He's doing excellent on the mound. It's just been great to see him grow into the role he's in now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
awesome.
Well, man, and the best part is he always just like loved to get up there and try to throw during practices in high school and try to pitch, but was just never a guy that really got to pitch. And now he's getting to live out that long dream of pitching. So that's
and
great.
dad can get two birds with one stone.
Oh, yeah.
He just goes to one game. So
exactly, and he's been begging to be a bench coach or something. I'm like, man, we'll just take it easy right now. We'll see what we can do later on in the season.
That's funny. No, but as a head coach of a program, you could say you've already changed so much of in such a short period of time. What has that been like, and what else would you like to see happen?
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a grind to get where we're at, but it's been fun. It's been special building something truly and just seeing it, come back to life. The program before I got here, they were shut down the previous 2 years for all sports. Of course, COVID shut them down in March of 20, and then they did not compete in any sports fall of 20 or spring of 21. But man, it's just been a process getting to know people and rely on, just the Central Texas base and baseball community. The Express have been great partners of ours, just like the Nolan Ryan Foundation have helped us out. Just getting us the equipment we need and gear we need. But yeah, man, building is something fun. We this past January, we have a new contract with the city of Austin to where now Downs Field we're the operators of it. So we can rent the field out, man. And just trying to grow that home field. It's such a special place. Former Negro League field has a historical landmarker in front of it. But that's our next step is just trying to get that facility back up to where it needs to be. And we're headed in that direction.
Yeah, kind of speaking on that, as far as, you were talking about the chemistry and bringing back the program and keeping it positive. What strategies do you have to build that team chemistry throughout the season? And what kind of little things do you do to keep the kids together?
Yeah, man, no, it's definitely a special group. And these guys know in the fall, we go pretty hardcore just with our routines and being disciplined, but also understanding where we're at. Like I said earlier, we don't have the budget that a lot of these other schools do. We don't have the scholarships that a lot of these other schools do. And so that's definitely puts a chip on our shoulder just to work even harder. We got to work harder than everybody else if we want to be successful. And these guys have bought into that. They work their butts off each and every day we go out to practice. And the way they communicate with one another, man, they have each other's backs. And it's cool to see that. A lot of the teams I've been on, you get position players in one section, pitchers in the other, and they really don't mix and mingle. But these guys, man, they all support each other. They love each other. And so it's definitely cool to see them grow as one group as we move forward throughout the season.
For sure. Well, of course, we're joined by the man, Chase Almendarez over at Houston-Tilson, head coach. Kind of final question for you that I have at least is, obviously this is only your second year there, right? Still got a lot of growing to do, young dude like yourself in the head coaching world. But kind of looking towards the future or future goals, you could say, kind of what are kind of your personal career goals as it is being a head coach? Like, you trying to look at kind of staying at this level and really just turning it around, or do you have any aspirations to even jump up to the next level?
Yeah, we'll see, man. I tell people all the time is I'm supposed to be here as long as God wants me here. I'm in no rush to leave. It's Austin, Texas has been home to me since just growing up and going to Round Rock High School, staying in the Central Texas area, and so it's definitely special to build around here. But man, I just want to make this place as great as I can be, and if other opportunities come about, that's one thing. But as long as God has me here at HT, man, I'm destined to be here.
For sure, man. Well, good luck the rest of the season, man. Keep turning it around. Tell Luke to go out there and strike some people out. Don't be giving up any bombs or anything. So,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you joining us. Good luck, and go make that postseason, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you guys. It's big time, man. When you asked for me to be on this, man,
yeah.
I was definitely happy just having the relationship we have with you guys working summer camps and all of that. But can't thank you guys enough for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
Appreciate it,
man. Thank
man.
you.
Thanks a lot, man.
See you,
Awesome. You
Chase.
guys have a good one.
See ya.
You too.
All right.
It was good.
Yep.
The man, Chase Almendarez.
He already sounds like he's been coaching for 30 years. You know what I mean? He knows how to.
And he's
He
been
knows how
around
to
it, man.
answer the questions for sure.
He's been around it for sure.
Yeah.
Man, and he's always kind of been like that. Just like I feel like you ask him a question anytime, like he just knows like what he's talking about. And
Mhm.
if he doesn't know, you would have no idea that he doesn't know, because
He can fake it good, huh?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's just confident, man. I'm sure he's great to play under, that's for sure. But joining us here in the next couple minutes, about 3 minutes or so, will be our next roundtable chat. But we'll kind of get back over to talking some of these other sports that are going on. Women's softball for Texas, Coop's been big on, man. Number 2 in the nation now. I don't know if they're ever going to get the number 1 throne unless they actually beat OU. I don't
They're
see
gonna get it. You watch them get it. They're gonna whip that ass. Not once, not twice, but probably 3 times. It's gonna happen. So
three
I'm
times.
telling you right now, they're them, bro. They hit tanks. They literally hit tanks. It's ridiculous.
Like literally, like tanks.
They literally hit tanks, bro.
Yeah.
And big boy, they're good. Because think about it, okay? Think about it. They're gonna play Oklahoma in the regular season, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna play Oklahoma in the Big 12 tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and they're both gonna go to the postseason.
In the national championship.
yeah,
huh?
and that's 3, and they're gonna be 3-0 versus Oklahoma. You mark my words.
That'd be nice.
It's
Well,
time.
They're going to play more than 3 games.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't they play series?
Yeah,
They play
it's
3
series,
games
but
in the regular season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 series though.
Oh, you think they're winning all 3 series?
Sweeping
Yes.
about all series too?
All
2-0,
3
2-0,
series.
and 2-0.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's a
You're
hot take.
talking-
They
You're
hit
talking out of
tanks,
your
bro.
ass now.
No one's gonna outscore them, and they have good pitching too. OU's falling off. It's time. It's time to pass the throne to the big brother. It's time. This is it. It's gone.
I hope so, man.
I'm telling y'all, man.
We'll see, man. Well,
Don't
I
think
You
I'm
gonna
crazy.
catch a game when they come down to Tech or what?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
That'd be
Tech,
good.
I don't think Tech's very good in softball, but so it'll be a slaughterhouse, but it'll still be fun.
Change the subject. I saw OSU, Oklahoma State's baseball facilities today. Wow.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have some facilities, bro.
Oh
That's
yeah.
That's why that coach is about to get fired, because he can never win with all that. Like they always
Man.
got a squad, but he can't win.
Yeah, that thing is sweet. They said his number is the best one in the nation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then speaking of that, OU softball is making a new one too, so making a new
I
field.
think it's gonna be badass.
I saw the scoreboard. It's shaped like
Yeah.
the state of Oklahoma. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's right in center field. The field's not even done yet, bro. They're supposed to play on it March 1st. And it's not
That's
even
like-
done yet.
That's like
It's
a
not
week
done
and a
yet?
half from now.
No.
They got about a week. They better get to it.
It's
Yeah.
not done. No, they just laid the grass.
Hey, but it's
2
Oklahoma.
days
They're
ago.
slow. I could have freaking told you that. You know, come on.
Put the cheerleaders out there to graze it. It'll be all right.
If we're just passing time, I have a picture I want to show you.
Oh God.
Oh gosh. Don't get us kicked off YouTube, man.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, that's a good idea. I probably should show it, but well, I mean, it's really nothing. But I think it's actually got deleted.
What?
But it's the OU weight room.
Oh yeah, when they're playing, they're battling for whatever.
Yeah.
That, yeah,
Uh-huh.
looks like a big dildo. That was pretty funny.
Well, Coop, real quick,
What's up?
we mentioned the draft. We talked about NFL.
Yeah.
I know we forgot to throw you your little bone.
Yeah, I had my notes right here, man. Waiting for it.
What's your little bone you got? Go ahead. While we were looking for our guest.
I got it. I'll fill in right here. I got my top 5 wide receivers talent-wise. I'm not saying this is the way they're going to go, but I'm saying, to me, talent-wise, top 5 wide receivers in the draft. Okay? To y'all's surprise, Marvin Harrison is not number 1. Okay? Number 1 is Rome Odunze. Okay? What he did against the University of Texas and what he did all season at Washington, greatness. Okay? His route running's great, speed's great, size is great. He's going to be a good NFL wide receiver. Number 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. He's on his own tier. Cool. Number 2. Next one, Troy Franklin. He's undersized, but he's really good route running. I think he'll be good in the NFL. What am I at? Oh, wait. No, that was number 4. Number 3 is Malik Neighbors. His run after catch is going to get him at the next level. He's ridiculous with the football in his hands. And the last one, this is the hot take, okay? I'm going with the Texas boy, but not the Texas boy that y'all think. Xavier Worthy, okay? We can see that undersized wide receivers in the NFL do work sometimes. They do. Undersized, fast wide receivers work. And he's going to find a spot on an NFL team, and he's going to be the next one to do it. The undersized, fast receiver, he's going to be the next one to do it. You mark my words. Xavier Worthy, number 5 player.
I'd love to see him go to like Kansas City.
Oh, my goodness.
If he
Could you
if he
imagine with
could-
him and Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah,
And he's not going to drop the ball either, so he'll catch
and
it.
he's had some drops.
Yeah, he's
Now,
had
he
some
needs
drops,
to-
but he'll catch it. He'll
Interesting.
not as bad.
Yeah, I have faith in him. I mean,
not
but
as bad. Not as bad.
yeah, it would be nice to see him go somewhere like that.
Yeah, especially with freaking Patty. Just a little Tyreek Hill action.
Yeah, he needs somebody
Right
fast.
down there for sure.
Law the dog is coming.
That's my top 5 talent wise.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Great job, Coop. Let's see
Proud
if
of you.
Thanks,
Can
man.
y'all hear me?
yeah,
Yes,
we-
sir.
now
What's
we can.
up?
There we go. What's going on?
how we doing?
What's up, man?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Good.
Doing good.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Well, joining us now for this week's Roundtable Chat Baseball segment is current Gardner-Webb outfielder Lawson Knight, fellow Dragon himself as well. But how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on, and looking forward to the podcast and whatever,
Oh, yeah.
answer any questions you have.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Well, kind of starting it off, kind of share a little bit about your journey in baseball, kind of from start, kind of where you went out of college, right out of high school, where your first stop was, and how you ended up at Gardner-Webb for your first year this year.
Yeah, so you know, as you know, I went to Round Rock High School along with Cade and Rowdy, or Cooper and Rowdy, my bad. And I only had one offer out of high school, and that was Western Texas College, which is a junior college in West Texas, a small town called Snyder. It's about an hour from Lubbock, and you know, that was my only option. So I committed there like right away, right when they offered me. And I had a really good junior college year, I would say so. And after my junior college year, I got an offer from Kansas State. And then I committed there to play my sophomore year. and then went in the portal, and that kind of led me here at Gardner-Webb, and perfect timing. Got me on right when baseball season started, so it's
There
great.
you go.
Oh yeah, man.
There you go. What aspects of your game do you feel you have improved on the most since you first started playing college ball?
Ooh, so since I first started, so it's, Round Rock is really competitive at high school, so we already saw some good competition coming in there. I just felt like over the years I just kind of grew more mature, and I've always known the game of baseball, but like kind of dig deep into really knowing like what to do with the baseball when it hits you, like what pitches you're looking for, like different approaches you have, different counts, like all those things. It's just kind of saw so much things happen, and it's kind of helped me get where I am since I've been in college for 3 years now.
There you go.
So either, high school or college, what do you think your most, or even, before that, what's your most memorable moment that you've had in your baseball career so far?
Wow, yeah, that's a good question. My most memorable moment would probably be my first ever home run I hit, and I was a little late to that. I hit it on my 18th birthday, my senior year of high school. So that was a very cool, memorable moment. And yeah, I'd probably say that's my most memorable moment. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's always a memorable one for sure. Kind of looking, obviously, you mentioned the 3 different stops you've been at. What have been the biggest differences kind of between the 3 that you've seen, and with your experiences at each one, kind of at those different levels?
Yeah. So junior college, you went to Grayson. Junior college isn't really the nice baseball. If you ever seen Western Texas colleges, we don't even have a locker room. Our field was just brutal. Round Rock was way better field wise. And anyways, but it's a grind. JUCO's a grind, and there wasn't much there baseball wise to like have on the outside, like locker room and facilities and like those kind of things. But when I got to Kansas State, like a big school, it was like a Power 5 program. Like they had everything. It was almost like Christmas all over again. Like they had your kitchen, you could go in anytime, like 24/7, just scan your thing. You have bagels, sandwiches, protein shakes. They had a weight room specifically for baseball, a whole indoor facility, baseball related cages. Like you get all the gear in the world, like a little tear in your batting gloves, you just turn them in and then you get a brand new pair. And like, it was like crazy. Like I'm going from junior college to not even having a locker room to this at Kansas State. I was like, wow, like this is awesome. Like they had hand guards, the sliding mitts, the elbow guard, leg guard, batting gloves, the pro hitter, baseball, like everything. It was crazy. And then, so that, and that side of things, that was awesome going there. And then, I feel like Gardner-Webb is like in the middle of that. Like it's not as nice as Kansas State, but it's like definitely better than JUCO. It's like right in the middle. You still get your batting gloves, your elbow guard, those kind of things, but like they don't really have a kitchen where you can eat anytime. You kind of got to fend for yourself when it comes to food after workouts. And then we have a locker room, but it's a small locker room, but it gets us by. And I'm just kind of glad to be at the situation I'm in. But that's definitely the differences in that I've noticed is like the facilities, and as far as performance, like competitiveness. JUCO. There's a lot of Division I guys and pro ball guys that go JUCO. So JUCO competitiveness is very. You're competing a lot, and there's some really good players at JUCO. Kansas State, obviously, there's some great players that I played with and against. And then Gardner-Webb, same thing. Like we have a couple transfers from Power 5 schools. Like we had a kid from West Virginia. We have a kid from Wake Forest, a kid from Pitt, and then a smaller FIU, Florida International, smaller D1. But those 3 other ones were big Power 5 schools, and then Kansas State. So, you get a mixture of everything here. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. You hit it right there. But what advice would you give a current high schooler that's looking to play baseball at the next level?
The advice I would give is to just keep playing. This game, in my opinion, is 99% mental. You got to have confidence the whole time you're on the field and off the field. So just my advice would just be positive, stay confident, and just go up there and play and don't think about too much. Just keep playing.
Yeah.
And speaking of Gardner-Webb, what do you think what's your overall experience been like there, and what have you enjoyed the most about being there?
So it's a super small town. Like you'll blink if you'll miss it if you blink when you pass it. It's about 45 minutes from Charlotte. So I mean there's some nice cities and towns around us. But like the biggest part I guess would just be being on the field with the team. Like that's really enjoyable. I mean, I came here to play baseball, and that's what we do every day for 5-6 hours a day, whether it's in the weight room, getting ready in the locker room. Now we're doing a bunch of scouting reports and film, which we haven't been doing in the fall because we haven't been playing anyone. But now that the season's coming, we're a lot more involved. So, I mean, I just like being on the field with the boys and, just being around my teammates and playing the game we all love.
Yeah, definitely. So what is your major in, and what are your plans for after college if the next level, doesn't work out?
Yeah, so I chose an easy major just to get me through because I wanted to play baseball, and obviously the goal is to get drafted. That's the ultimate goal. So I don't really have plan B right now. I mean, just trying to get a degree for sure, and then hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, just kind of go from there. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm about to be 21, so I'm still 20. So I feel like I'm pretty young and it's okay not to know fully what you want to do.
Definitely. Yet. No plan B means plan A better work. So let's go, right, man. Get it.
Or just be a country singer, We always see.
Yeah,
we always see the videos. We always see the videos.
Sing. I do like to sing. That's a plan B.
There you go.
Singing a little bit and writing some songs. That's pretty cool. I enjoy doing that.
There you go, man. Well, of course, we're joined by Lawson Knight, current Gardner-Webb outfielder. Kind of last question we got for you is, obviously the season's real fresh. Just got started going. How many games do y'all played so far? 4 or just 3?
Yeah, we've only played 4.
4, yeah, okay. So just 4 games in, man. What are your kind of goals looking like this year for you have for yourself, and then obviously as a team for the rest of the season to come?
So my strength would be my speed. So I want to swipe. I have a pretty big goal here. I want to swipe at least 30 bags, but I'm hoping to get 40 range. So that's a goal of mine, is to swipe some bags, and then as a team is to win the Big South, because that's the conference we're in. We were in the conference. Coastal Carolina used to be in our conference. When they won it all, they were in the Big South. What was that team? Campbell. They were just in our conference. They just left now. So, like, now that Campbell's gone, they were like the top dogs in our conference. I mean, it's our turn. So we're definitely in it to win it. So that's our goal as a team, is to win the Big South and get an automatic bid to the regionals and compete for the Cinderella. We'll be the Cinderella team.
There you go.
There you go.
There's always one, man.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
real quick before I get out of here, you got 1 week until you come up in here in the Lubbock. You better get the job done, baby.
Yes, sir. You gonna be there, Cooper?
I'll be there, baby. Let's
be there. Go. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you. And yes, shout out Cooper. I played with him growing up, man. He was like on the first team I ever played baseball with.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Oh yeah.
So,
going.
All right, well,
I forgot y'all going up there. To your dad's stomping grounds.
Baby.
Who's he gonna be cheering for next week, man? Is he gonna go against school or what?
Yeah, so I mean, he's gonna go for Gardner-Webb, of course. And you know what? I grew up a Tech fan, and out of all the offers I had at a junior college, Texas Tech was not one of them, which I was very pissed about because I really wanted to go to Texas Tech, but it just didn't work out. So now we're playing against them, man. It's
payback.
Go show them what they missed out on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, man, we appreciate you joining us. Good luck next week. Good luck the rest of the season. Go win that Big South, man.
All right. I appreciate y'all for having me. Go Dogs.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right. That was the man, Lawson Knight, current Gardner-Webb outfielder. His dad, massive sports guy. And man, that man knows how to tailgate. I've been seeing some of the tailgates they had out there last weekend at Gardner-Webb.
Well, they get after it, huh?
I may just have to make a trip out there for
Yeah.
one of those. Coop, you better. There's going to be a tailgate next weekend in Lubbock for that game.
Oh hell yeah, I'll be there.
You better.
I'll be there.
Yeah, and if his dad's a tech guy, he's going to be there, and he's going to have his buddies there, and they're going to be ready to go. Yeah.
I forgot they were playing there next weekend. Nice one, Coop. Coop.
Yeah.
Good pull, man.
Yeah, it's
Good pull.
1
That's
week.
professional, man.
From tomorrow, man.
You're growing up so much.
I study my people, man. I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Oh man. Well, that was quite the roundtable chats. We appreciate Chase and Lawson for joining us this week. Next week, man, it's a big one. I'm pumped. We got, of course, another coaches segment, but it's going to be a little different next week. We're going to hop over next week to the different side of the sports realm, and it's going to be in the women's industry. And we're going to have a women's head coach on that's at the collegiate level and has been coaching at the professional level the last couple of years as well. So I'm pumped for that. It's going to be a little change of scenery around here as we get closer to April when we have our Division I girl athletes on. And then our player wise, man, I'm pumped. I've never actually met the guy in person. We've talked a little bit over text before, but he is a big time player down in the SEC region, big time player for his team. Preseason All-American first team, the catcher position. That's all I'm going to say. We'll tune in next week for that one. It's going to be a good one.
We're not giving out NIL for these things or what, man? What's going on?
No NIL, man. I'm just a sales guy, man.
There you go.
Sales guy. Sales guy got connections, build off of it, but no, next week's going to be great. We're just pounding them on here, man. We enjoy doing it. Obviously, Kobe's going to be joining us for a big NFL.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. He's been saying that. Is he back from Mexico yet or wherever he went?
He got back today. That's why he couldn't join. He got back later than he thought he was going to.
Man, I saw pictures. He's at the beach. I'm like, man.
He's claiming he's got
work to do. He ain't working.
He's claiming he's got a setup ready desk, laptop. He's ready to bring some mock drafts for our NFL fans that tune in and watch. So we'll see. Next week's going to be a good one. This week's was awesome. Appreciate everyone who joining us. Y'all boys got anything else before we close this one out from this fabulous Friday?
No.
Oh man. Hold on. What did y'all think about my list, real quick? What y'all think about my list?
Cool. Not bad.
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I mean,
I do hope Worthy would be like the fifth receiver off the board. I do. I think personally AD is going to go before him. But
at that point, it's just going to be all about what team their needs are.
Yeah, what kind of receiver they're looking for. And the thing about the draft, man, like it'll go in spurts too. So like if receivers start going, like they both might go in the first round.
No,
it's just weird.
That's how it is. And if some of the receivers don't go that are supposed to go ahead of them early, like they could easily follow a second. That's just kind of.
I do like Rome though. I think I do really like him. He is a number one receiver. Yeah. And I don't think you could go wrong.
Number one talent wise.
Like basically better than Harrison.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Harrison.
I don't know, man.
I think
Harrison is good.
Harrison's a talent, bro, at the wide receiver position. Like Caleb is at the quarterback position.
And Harrison's been practicing like a
quarterback either. So
and Harrison's been around it. Like he's been around it. Like he could have been a top 10 pick in last year's draft.
Yeah. Harrison is and he's been training like a pro athlete since he was 7 years old.
Well, that's the other thing. It's a name,
It's not just a name though. That dude who can back it up.
Bro, he's gonna be a top 4 pick.
Than Harrison though.
We'll see.
We'll talk about it. We'll see what Kobe's got.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. I guarantee you, there's no way. If Kobe agrees with you, man, I may go off the edge, but we'll see what happens. But man, we appreciate y'all tuning in for this week's Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. Tune in next week for Tuesdays on the Edge live show. Hopefully, we'll be right back here on fabulous Tuesday night. Go follow all the socials, like, subscribe. What else they got to do, big boy?
Ring that bell. Look at that. Look at the screen pop up right on time.
Right when you said it, baby.
Man.
The bell's ringing. Even the bells ring, man.
Oh, look at that, dude. We're getting professional over here, man.
Oh, obviously we're already on the YouTube, so you should just already be subscribed.
Yeah, just subscribe, man. Push that button at
We
least.
got the TikTok. We get the views on TikTok. We just need the followers. Go give us a follow. I need the mic over here. We got the Twitter. You know, the Twitter is going to be popping. Maybe with this new Insta. What's the poll we said we were going to make? I'm going to have to go back and watch because it was a great
Who's
idea.
the cover? Who the cover of the
Yes, I've not seen that
Cover
out there
of
yet.
the Madden.
We're going to blow up from that on Twitter, so get ready for that. So we got Instagram, clips, everything on there, stories, all what's coming. Go
Tell your
follow.
friends. Tell 3 friends and tell them to tell 3 friends. You know what I mean?
Do it
Just
all.
give us. Let's go. Let's get
Do it all.
these numbers up.
Big
Get
week
it up,
next
baby.
week. Don't forget to tune in next Friday after this episode. It's going to be a great one. Good stuff coming every week. We appreciate you all tuning in for the shit show we call a podcast. Enjoy whatever sporting event it is that you follow this weekend. We'll be watching as well. Peace.